What's up? All right, all right, all right. Yo, thank y'all for being so patient and everything with us because we having technical difficulties, but we here. We're here. How you doing? We here. Here you go. This is so welcome to the Mad Hatters. I am your host, Queen Alexis, and I'm here with my boy. You know who, my boy Devontae Davis. And shout out to our wonderful, our girl, our co-host, Mavis Avis Davis. We are praying for y'all. Keep her in your prayers. She going through some family stuff and everything, but keep her and her family in your prayers. We love y'all. We love you. We love you, and everything. So, what are we talking about today? I know y'all saw it on the on the title. We are talking about that Sister Samuels. We're gonna talk about Sister Samuel.
There you go, shooting shots already. You ain't right. You not. You know you're not.
What you want me to be nice? You want me to be nice, huh? I'm supposed to be nice.
I want you to be yourself.
And as myself, I called her Sister Samuel. So anyway, let's not even start with all that bull right there. We already know. But we're gonna be talking about Kevin Samuels and all of pretty much social media influencers and everything. Should we listen to them or not? So, but before we do stuff, before we get into that, let's get into what's going on around the world and in entertainment. So, um, on the political side, we are actually getting close to getting every at least 70% of the nation population of the United States vaccinated. So look like we're gonna have a hot girl summer. Everybody outside. Everybody
Man,
outside.
for real,
That's
already.
yeah. So I mean, this is much better than last year where it was sunny, looking like straight off of Sesame Street and couldn't nobody go outside. But that's good. And it's obviously working, seeing that there are companies and social media companies that even adding on incentives to their policies when you get vaccinated. So yeah, Chris Lilly, as I'm talking about, hot girl summer all the way. Hot girl
Man,
summer.
look, we ain't trying to hear that. That's y'all Chicago, America. Do not follow Chicago's influence, okay? They
We
wretched.
got it from the
They in these
south, so
streets.
hot girl summer.
Don't do it,
Hot
y'all.
girl summer. But like just before example, United Airlines actually offered a year of free trips for those who are vaccinated. If they show
What?
if you show yeah, you show that you are vaccinated, you get the offer of a free trip, a year of free trips. Hello, Will Marie. Hello, hello, hello. Baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
And
I don't
hey, shout out to
necessarily.
Mom too.
What up, Mama Dukes? Now, look, I don't necessarily agree with the vaccination. Personally, I would tell anybody if you feel that it's best for you, do that.
Mhm.
But I'm mad. One of my favorite DJs in the entire world, Mr. Ron Carroll, invited me out to a party. I got all the way to the dough, Queen. I got to the dough. Dressed fresh, smelling good. Look, I done pregame. I'm lit. I'm ready. Got to the door. They said, you ain't got that card. You ain't getting in. I'm like, nigga, I got about 20 masks. What's happening? I'll pay you double. He was like, nah.
It's a mess. Pretty much. If you ain't vaccinated and you ain't got that card showing that you vaccinated, all of your stuff that you like to do is gone. Not only but that and United Airlines also Tinder, the
Tinder.
dating app Tinder. It's like
Wow.
for all of our users that can show that card, you get a free premium account.
Wow.
Tender.
That's
Tender.
crazy.
So hey, get vaccinated, show the card, catch flights, not feelings, or
That
catch
don't mean you
flights.
don't get the booty though. Wait a minute. No. Tender, no. You're gonna have to guarantee me some action.
Tender. Tender.
Tender.
Tender. Tender. And in other news as well, if the emperor has on no clothes was a sculpture out in Italy. An Italian artist by the name of Salvatore, I forgot, like Gorbino or something like that. 67 years old, sold, not selling or auctioning, sold a sculpture of nothing. Absolutely nothing. He called it immaterial items, a sculpture made out of immaterial items.
And how much he
sold
get
it
for that?
Let me tell you how much he sold it for. $18,300.
Well, Black America, let this be a lesson, okay? As our boy, Big Uncle Charlemagne the God would say, that's a very mayonnaise type situation.
I'm just done.
But let that be a lesson, y'all. It's money out here. I don't care how dumb you may think your idea is. Do it. Do it. 18,000. Quit playing. If he made anything more than $20, he came up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I feel like our friend here is stuck. So moving right along, we'll go into some celebrity news. Y'all seen that the Black Music Awards is coming up. So the Black Music Honors is coming up, and we got Jacquees, our boy Jacquees. He's going to be doing some Genuine songs. I would love to know what y'all ladies think about Jacquees, and then on top of that, him singing like Genuine songs. I think that's a hilarious feedback situation. Like, I personally didn't think he was that. Like, I like him, don't get me wrong, but the stuff he said about being like the hottest in R&B, whatever. Anyway, apparently Kim K and Kanye, they going through their little struggles or whatever, what have you. Kim K is basically on the tip of trying to figure out why her third marriage didn't work. Ladies, I will say this. It is 50% your responsibility to make sure your marriage works. If you bail out, no matter how crazy that motherfucker was when you met, he was crazy when you met him. Rock with it. Hey, Ashley, what's poppin', girl? What's happening?
Yo, shout out to Gertie Bass.
Gertie.
Thank you. Hey. Yo, so I feel you on that. Yeah. Who? Mama, you talking about?
I don't know if he gonna sing his own stuff, but I know he's doing some covers for Jacquees. Don't sing nothing of his own. I don't think he has an original song. For real.
He got original
he got
Run.
Original remakes.
He got original Run.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's all he doing. But yeah, he's supposed to be covering I guess Genuine is gonna win an award, and Jacquees is covering some of Genuine songs. Now, even though Jacquees do got the little baby hair shit going on, you know what I'm saying, right here, but he ain't Drake enough. Yeah, he got that baby hair. You know, you put a little gel and a baby brush, a little toothbrush. You know,
not the baby hair.
Oh. He good. He in there, but he ain't light skinned enough. You know. I'm just saying. I don't know how I feel about that.
Look.
I mean, ladies,
She ain't
is
like have no
sexy enough to really cover a Genuine song though? Like,
wait, I was about to say Genuine ain't never had no baby, and then I remember some covers be like those baby hairs. Jesus.
Look, see there you
even
go.
with the cornrows, it was still
right. Oh, he was Drake before Drake. Like he the OG Drake. Drake looked at that nigga on TV and was like, I'm gonna do him.
Damn.
2005, and he did. God damn it.
Yo, so is that all you got, Devontae?
Yo, I got a question, and I'm just gonna ask this flat out. Did any black people watch the Friends reunion? I know I didn't.
No.
Thank you. So when we go, because I know Coming to America 2, oh my God, niggas was treating that like a bootleg trip to Wakanda again. Like we was on that instantly that day. So my question is, when they gonna do like a Living Single reunion or like a Different World reunion? I feel like that a crack. You know what I'm saying?
I know they did one for a Different World, but it wasn't like that. It was like on a talk show. I think they did.
I'm talking about a real episode
like that, like how they did the Fresh Prince reunion.
Yeah, I want to see Carl Barker, cockeyed and all. I want to see him still though. See how he's doing.
Not cockeyed. Don't you say that about TC Carter. He calls it. He's not cockeyed.
Well, years didn't treat him right at all. I don't know if it was drugs. I don't know what. But him and Jaheim, them niggas both. The camera don't love him no more.
Kyle Barker.
That was my boy. He was smooth. Kyle Barker. You know, he talked to old girl crazy and shit. That was my guy.
And my girl was Max, so you already know.
For sure. Last thing.
You right?
Yeah. They replaced Living Single. That was Friends. Last thing. Auntie Monique. That is our great auntie. Auntie Monique went on the internet saying what I've been saying for years. Ladies, put your goddamn clothes on. Don't walk out the house wearing. It was cool in 05. If you had a nice little situation where you wear your pajama bottoms and some mics and a little whites, it was cool in 05. You was 17 years old. You was 20. At 40, I should not see you walking around looking like you just rolled out the bed, put a lace front on like a helmet, and just walked out into the stove. That's not a look, baby.
At least you said lace front. She was talking about the women that had on the bonnets.
Oh, and that's even worse.
Up in
if
the
you
airport.
Put on a bonnet, if you walk out the door in a bonnet as a real dude, I feel like you probably didn't brush your teeth neither. You literally just put on some flip-floppies and walked out the door.
Or wash your behind. You know, there's women that's mad. They is mad. They are mad. They sitting up here like, show, and trying to make historical reference to how Black women was treated for just wearing our natural hair. Monique ain't talking about wearing your natural hair. She said, do your natural hair.
Do your damn hair.
Put some clothes on.
They mad.
Stop playing.
Let me tell you something. If they mad, ladies, we mad. Goddamn it, we mad too. We trying to see you put together. We trying to see you with your hair done and your nails did. Walk out the door with some pride in yourself. I know I'm a man. I understand. When your hair ain't right, your ego come down a little bit. You a little bit more attainable. I could talk to you because you ain't got your shit ain't fresh from the shop. I get that. But please, yes, Mama Dukes, put on your no, wait a minute.
She said put on
a bra. Wait a minute now. That might be, I don't know.
That's why they was mad, because she had her robe on and her titties was hanging down low. They wobbled to the floor. She could have tied them in a knot before she pushed record. But
not attractive, ladies. That's not a good look.
But at least, okay, I give it to her on this one. Yeah, she was in her robe. Yeah, she had no bra on. But Monique is at the point of auntie. Big Mama, come on, baby.
That's right. That's auntie. Like when you get to
Because
that
have you
place
ever
in
seen
life,
Monique with a bonnet on in her
nah.
pajamas?
If
Not
unless it
even.
was acting, if it was acting, that's the only
That's it.
time.
Going out. Hell, even if look, hell, she did a special up at the jail. She customized her jail suit.
I remember that, and that shit was funny as hell too. I remember that whole situation. I might be here with you or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying.
no, give her that break.
Yo, she don't look. Don't get me. All I'm saying is this: I rock a do rag to go to sleep, so I can get my waves cracking. Every brother does the same. We do the same ritual. You put your grease in, whatever product you use, brush your shit down, throw the do rag on. When I get out the car, now you might, if you look and catch me from the crib to the car with the do rag on. Once I'm ready to step up out the car, my waves is flicking. I'm letting you. I'm not walking around with this do rag on. So, ladies, do yourself a favor. At least take the bottle off. At least.
I ain't gotta worry about my hair, as you can see. So,
Take off the do rag. Whatever you do, you know what I'm saying.
if I want to have my hair done and have some flowing hair, I just put them on. But at least, because honestly, let's see what's wrong with what she said. What's wrong with what she said? It's everywhere. It was one thing when I can see if you get away with it, put it on, you going to the corner store, like it's right there, right back.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about you in the airport, you at the train station, you on your way to your job. I don't know how many times I've been to Walmart and the cashier come in about to clock in with a bonnet on. I was like, you gonna get fired, right?
I mean, in some situations, it's extremely unprofessional. I think that in most cases, people just kind of know to take the do rag off, whatever like that. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, having pride in yourself and carrying yourself a certain way goes a long way. You never know who is looking at you. And especially now that we live in a culture where all the ladies want $100,000 nigga, I'm gonna need you to dress like $100,000 bitch every time you come out the door. You know what I mean? Because you never know when you're gonna run into the person that you want to meet. Mm-hmm. So be prepared.
I mean, for real though, you need to be prepared. So with that being said, let's get on into this topic. I think
let's get into it.
I need to get my liquor. I need to get my liquor for this topic because.
Come on now, stay tipping.
Devontae, you want to start off with this?
Yeah, I feel like you ain't shit. Real life, messing with my boy like look. I rock with Kevin Samuels. The reason why I rock with Kevin Samuels, okay. Nobody that you rock with is going to be 100% truth. Like you're just not gonna rock with everything, 100% everything that anybody says. It could be your mama, it could be Jesus. You're not gonna agree 100% with everything a person says. But I don't think that Kevin Samuels is necessarily coming from a place of hatred. I think that his platform is about holding ladies, in particular our ladies, but ladies in general to a level of accountability. With that being said, I don't necessarily think he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. You got to be accountable for your shit. All of us do.
As I pour my drink.
Pour your drink, mama. Come on. I get you a strong one. There we go.
This is brought to you by Sangria. Because it's going to be a Sangria night. It is. It's about to be a Sangria night for real. Because obviously, I don't know what the hell Devontae is talking about ever.
Of course you don't.
On this one.
Mm-hmm.
I get, but that's the thing. I get where you coming from. I'm getting where you coming from. But I don't think that's what Kevin Samuels is doing. So first thing first, raise a glass to finding the right person.
Salute.
Salute. There you go. With that being said, there's a difference when you trying to find, if you looking for the right person or Mr. Right or Mrs. Right and everything, and you trying to find somebody at a certain level, and it's a difference between that and you just trying to find somebody who have the basis. Now, on this, it's hard for me to call him this man show. It's like, okay, he's coming from the approach of how to find or obtain a relationship with a high class man or a high class woman. Let's break this down all the way. What the fuck is high class?
Well, you damn. You want to put some water in that? You got
okay.
God damn.
I'm about to say some shit and it went down. Like, don't say that. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you on this one. Like you, I'm in here
what
drinking.
Is high class?
Sangria.
Like, what is high class? What is high class? What is considered high class? Because if we're talking about, if we're gonna talk about high class, you talking about celebrities, you talking about millionaires, billionaires, and everything.
Nope.
But the people that's coming on your show, they're not coming for high class millionaires, billionaires. They're coming from somebody and trying to find some type of advice on what they need to do and everything, just to obtain a relationship with somebody at least on their level. And they talk about the basics.
But are you listening to the show? If you listen to the show, like I rock with the dude, so I listen to a show. I would say the vast majority. First of all, let's keep it a buck. These motherfuckers is calling him. He ain't hunting them down. They follow him with that craziness.
I know.
Right? So remember that meme that say, don't come in here with that bullshit, and they straight their ass on the phone in here with that bullshit. So let's get to it. Let's get to it.
But
high class, no, because you asked the question.
Yeah.
A high class man is all of the imaginary shit y'all ladies tell each other in the real world. So if you want a nigga that's got a 6-pack abs, 6 feet tall, 12-inch dick, and a helicopter, baby, you might want to, hit the gym, do some Kegels, stop having kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you might want to help yourself. Help yourself.
That also goes for the men as well.
Absolutely not. You know why? You know why that is not true? You know why that is fundamentally not true? And this is going to sound real sexist, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Because generally speaking, there is a consistent thread, even with all of the variations considered. There is a consistent thread of ladies saying that they want a provider. A provider is on their list. You can be an 80-year-old billionaire and get a bad bitch because you're at the top of the provided list. It doesn't work the other way around.
But he gone from both levels, both people. He going for high class men, women that want high class men, and men that want high class women. But the people that is calling into this show and everything is pretty much basics. They looking for the basics, and they are getting shot down for the basics. The basics. Explain that to me.
Most of the ladies are looking for a man that makes around 6 figures. They are telling you that very consistently. They saying they want a man that makes 6 figures. You could be happy with 38,000, 40,000. That's a crib and a car. And he just doing that by himself. That means whatever your job is, if you bring in 35,000, split up, y'all motherfuckers got 75,000 a year. You could both be happy. Right? But that's not what these ladies are in. We talking numbers. You can find 1 or 2 pieces of evidence where 1 or 2 are saying, I'm an average chick, I want an average nigga. But that's not his platform. That's not what we run up on. That's not the show for that. They ain't doing that. They walking around saying, I'm 5'2", I weigh 700 pounds, I got 8 kids, and I work at White Castle, and I want a nigga that's got 6 figures. That's what you see.
That's not all of the women that's calling up on there, because there are women, and there's a bunch of women that's on that show that will call into the show, and they are a single mom.
Boom.
You got something against a single motherhood. So we're gonna talk about that.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
They're not a size 2. No.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably weigh like 200 pounds.
We talk about that too.
The most.
Why?
Okay.
Why you
have their own place? They don't rely on the government for their income. They have their own job, not job, but careers. They're doing very well for themselves. However, they keep running into dudes that is intimidated by all of that.
That's not the consistency.
And all they asking for is the basics.
That's not the consistency of the show.
So let's break it all the way down. Explain to me what's wrong with women that got kids. They are single moms.
Here's the setup. In and of itself, there is nothing wrong with a single mom. I'm the product of single mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single parent myself. You know, I love my baby mama. We cool, but she's doing her thing. I'm doing my thing. So I understand that. In and of itself, there is nothing wrong with that. But understand and make no mistake. If you are a big game hunter, you should be prepared to hunt big game. You cannot walk into a lion with a slingshot. And if you're walking around here, you haven't taken care of your weight. You haven't placed yourself in a situation where you're in an environment where you're around big game hunters. If you don't understand the type of things that attract big game, you're not going to get big game, nor do you deserve big game. That's like me, broke, fat, regular ass nigga, and I walk into the world and be like, yo, I deserve Beyonce just on the strength of I'm standing here.
That's not it.
That's not it. That kind of is it.
If you want to go from that perspective, that's not how that goes.
But you just laid it out. You said, you literally said average height, average. Why you think the first thing he say when he come on the show? What's your height? What's your weight? These is average ladies shooting for big game. Be happy with an average nigga.
They shooting for somebody that at least have the basics. They're like, at least be a provider.
That's
it ain't saying automatically I want a 6-figure nigga. I've been watching them. They're not automatically saying I want somebody that got 6 figures. There are some that straight up said, I want you to be making 6 figures. I want you to have your own career. I want you to have your own job. I want you to at least have your own place, at least have your own car. The basics. And the reason why you have us ladies, us women that's just asking for that. We gotta hit high so we can at least get the basics.
Not necessarily.
We got too many niggas that come up and see us. If we they get intimidated. She got her own job, she got her own car and everything. Yeah, if we make more money than him, then it's an intimidation.
I ain't gonna say it never happens. It has never happened to. I ain't never ever been intimidated by a motherfucker that's getting a bag. Never. Right? I encourage that. Because I feel like in a relationship, you're supposed to support each other. If you figured out how to get the bag and you already there, baby, kick that knowledge back to a real nigga so I can get the bag with you. But the vast majority from what I have seen are ladies that say things like, They have to have what I have or more.
Yes.
Right. Now, let me get this out. A lot of those ladies are specifically earmarking and saying six-figure high-end earners, top earners, top 5% of the black community in America, and you got 80% of the women chasing after that 5% and think it's okay. To the point where ladies are getting butt injections, to the point where they buying fake body parts, risking their lives. They're not trying to enrich themselves on the Instagram. They're buying bodies. And I understand why, but make no mistake, at least they are moving in the direction of trying to like equip themselves to hunt big game. But you can't say you want big game and you ain't gonna do nothing to. That's like me walking into the world, like I say, and I'm just gonna stand outside and be like, Beyonce just gonna see the inherent personality. Nah, let's call it what it is. If you got a crib, you should. You're a grown fucking woman. If you got a job, you should. You're a grown fucking woman. If you take care of your kids, you should. You're a grown fucking woman. And realistically speaking, the argument is really, why can't you figure out how to make it work with your baby daddy and lock that shit in? But I believe that to the side because that's way too many areas where it could be his issues or whatever, what have you. But again, when we talk about the subject of big game hunting, which is the platform for these ladies on his show, most of them are doing it wrong. Most of them come in there ill-equipped and they're failing, and they call him asking why they're failing. And he telling them, you're too short, you're too fat, you got too many kids, you got too much baggage, you a divorcee, you don't know how to keep a man, you might be bad as fuck, but I don't want a female that's just as competitive as me. I want a motherfucker soft to lay next to. I don't want a motherfucker with legs hairier than mine and shit. She in here doing benches and power squat. Nigga, no, I want a motherfucker that's soft, feminine, sensitive.
Okay. So you saying that you want somebody soft. And this is the thing that gets on our damn nerves as women. And I'm not just talking about black women, it's just women, period. The reason why you see us going and getting these butt injections, these BBLs and all of this, because it's y'all that was saying that's sexy, that's hot, I want that. Or growing up, we seeing y'all go for the women that only got the hourglass shape body types and everything. So we alter our bodies and everything. First, we alter our bodies. Then you talking about, oh, I love it when she got her own. So we got our own. And then we got, she a hustler. I love a woman that's a hustler. I love a woman that chase that bag. So we chasing the bag. We mark all these checks. We check off all this stuff that's on y'all list. And still, you will find something wrong with us.
Disagree.
Oh, I need you to be soft. How the hell we supposed to be soft? How we supposed to be soft? If we working this, we got our job, we working our money, and we getting our money, we taking care of bills, taking care of the kids and everything, and all you bring it to the table is some dick.
But that's
explain that shit to me.
Check me out. First of all, I'm gonna say this. I can't say that I empathize, but I definitely understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the other side of the coin. I don't know what it's like, as a sister in America. I don't understand how it's like to be a woman in America. But I can say from my perspective, first and foremost, I grew up around, and I know you grew up around in an environment where the women always was doing that. My mama always held down the crib, with or without a nigga. And everybody that I know, for the majority, was raised by single women that was strong, that was independent, that had the gumption to get out there and get theirs and hold down their responsibilities in terms of basic adulting tools and basic human necessities. They did that by themselves. There was nothing wrong with that. So I feel like the problem comes in, and I'm not going to say the problem, but I feel like one of the problems is Number one, there are plenty of men out here that have the same or more in some cases, right? But now let's look at depending on does she view him as viable? You have to understand, as a man, I know plenty of women that don't even give that nigga the chance to find out what he about because she just don't like dreadlocks. I mean, it's just that petty. I need a man that's 6 feet tall. That means if you 5'10", 5'11", you should out of luck. She don't care who you are. Because she likes that nigga 6 feet and up. And if you're conditioned as a lady to think that everything or the vast majority of things that you want should come into fruition just because you're here, you're going to have a struggle finding everything that's going to pass that filter.
But don't y'all do that too?
No.
Yes.
You know how many gremlins and trolls a real nigga to woke up next to in the search of LOVE?
That's
Come on now.
But there are men. They'll be like, oh, she gotta look. One, she gotta be short, or she can't be taller than me. Two, she gotta be at least a size 6 or under. Or 3, or she gotta have which I'm trying to get this understanding because some of y'all views of the perfect woman, pretty much y'all asking for a BBW and don't really know it. She gotta have a thin waist, she gotta have big titties, and she gotta have big hips, and she gotta have a big ass and big legs and thighs. Where does that go on a size 6 body? I'll wait.
Every now and again, you see it, and it's such a work of art when it does.
And they're lying if they say they are size 6. You want a big ass. That's literally, you want somebody that look like a stallion. Thoroughbred. That is never going to be a size 6. A size 16, yeah. A size 14, yeah. Even a size 20. But you ain't getting no size 6 with that body, them body attributes at all.
Even with that, a real nigga know, well, first thing I gotta do is get my money right. Even then, even in that example where we're gonna call that big game, the most average basic dude is gonna be like, no matter what I look like, I gotta get my money right. Because that is going to be a primary bait, right? That's going to be a primary thing that she's going to look for. Can you provide?
Yes.
So, on the opposite end of that spectrum, as men, we ain't looking for you to fucking provide. How do you look? So, if you want big game, carry your ass to the gym.
Okay. If you want us to all be up in the gym and everything, we got to always be in the gym. We always got to work it out, make sure our body type, keep our body types for our men. Once we get y'all and you let yourself go.
Do I keep providing? Do I keep providing?
But look, we got our body type. You requiring, some of y'all be requiring us to be a certain size for the rest of our lives. Y'all will start off looking like Fabio and end up by the time we get into our golden years looking like straight up Nutty Professor and be like, but my woman, she's still bad. And we killing ourselves.
Let's
trying to make sure we maintain this. And
let's look at it like this. That is really, all bullshit aside, if you a big game cat, if you a big game type of character, and you a big game woman, both of y'all are alphas. Number one, all bullshit aside, you probably not gonna let yourself get too far gone. But even in the case that you do, as long as you could continue to provide as a man, the streets, your family, and everybody gonna say, boy, you gaining weight, your girl feeding you right. She doing you well. That's feather in her fucking cap.
That's it. That's all y'all get. But y'all don't get the bullshit we go through. Y'all don't get the bullshit.
Oh, you gotta take care of yourself. God damn, that's horrible.
No, it's not. It's not a horrible thing take care of yourself. Not saying that, but to do it to constantly keep up this image, it feel like, so in my opinion, is unrealistic. It's unrealistic, especially when you have kids. First of all, even when you have kids, your body is not going to snap back to the same thing. For those who be like, my body did snap back, you worked extra hard, or you lying with these waist trainers on talking about, see, I snap back. Your body is not going to snap back, even especially the older you get. Okay. And you have kids. So why are you telling me, okay, because what you saying on here, and especially what he's saying is, oh, you average, you don't need no high class dudes. Look, you don't need nobody. Pretty much, you don't need nobody, because what they looking for? Why we have this? Why you even want that? Like I said in the beginning, these women is asking for the basics. Either he can make as much as me, or he can make more than me. And that ain't on no.
Now, what if men did that?
I want to sit back and
what if men did that? What if men did that? What if a man said you had to make as much as me or more? Think about it like this. The concept of dating down only applies to women. Only. And that's a new term when it comes to the new dynamic in the economy when it comes to men and women. Understand, when a woman makes more than a man, she's dating down. We've been doing that shit since the beginning of time. If we're going, all things being even, and not a lady in the world had a fucking problem with it.
We didn't have a problem with it. Let me tell you why we didn't have a problem with y'all providing. For those, beginning of time, pretty much y'all work, we stayed at home. But now coming up into these new economies over the years, we had to go out and we had to work and take care of the kids. We have to work, bring home the check, pay the bills, cook, clean, watch, look, take care of the kids, and fuck y'all.
Essentially, what you're saying is that
we're doing superwoman things, and when we're trying to get with somebody that at least got a job,
again, you keep stressing that, but that is not Kevin Samuels' platform. That is not the lady that is the vast majority of his callers. If that was the vast majority of his callers, we probably would have never heard of that motherfucker. He operates just like many others in extremes. Secondly, you talk about image and how overburdening it is for ladies to have to maintain an image. Well, let me tell you about a man's image. You have to maintain that you are able to handle any and every situation, whether you do or don't. You got to maintain that you got enough money in your pocket to handle whatever comes, whether you do or don't. You could be on your fucking deathbed. You better keep a job, bro. You better keep a side hustle too. So when we talk about images, that shit work both ways. Because I know plenty of motherfuckers.
Wait a minute.
Let me finish.
For y'all,
I know plenty of motherfuckers that literally have a car and an empty ass crib, but they maintain an image, and therefore they attract ladies. Whether or not these ladies stay around or whatever, what have you, that's a whole nother subject. But they get in the game. And if you don't want to do what you need to do to get in the game, then you can't complain about not playing. I'm just saying.
But why does the rules have to constantly change for us?
They changed for me too. I remember back in the 90s, all you needed to do was have an outfit in the car.
Not as much for us. Not as much for us. Let's go back to the subject of being single mothers. How we get kicked out the game of dating when you a single mother.
You don't get kicked out the game.
Hell
but
yeah.
No, you don't. But you have to understand and take accountability for the fact that because you have children, there are different rules that apply. A great example, a wonderful example. If you're a single mother and you do it on your own, no, there's nothing wrong with you. But if you don't have time to meet and develop a relationship with a new man, right? Because You got to work. You come home, you pick up your baby. Then you got to do the homework, put the baby to cook, put the baby to bed, bathe them, and all that. And you don't have the time to meet a new man. And the only time that you have is 5 or 10 minutes on the phone here or there. Baby, you're not ready for a relationship. You're not in the game, and you have not prepared yourself to be in the game. Because there's real niggas that's looking at you and saying, when you free. And if you tell me you never free, or you give me some ambiguous date 2-3 weeks from now, I'm not calling you fucking back. Okay,
so I found that shit insensitive as fuck. Cause as a woman, we gotta deal with y'all ghosting us for the hell of it.
But a new dude, that's not my problem. As a new dude that don't know you, ain't got nothing to do with you. If you know that that's your circumstance, then taking accountability is addressing that circumstance and positioning it to where you can move around. That's before you go out here in the dating world or whatever app saying that you're available and you're looking for this man, because this man is there. He's looking for you. But if you're not ready, you're going to blame him for not accommodating some shit you ain't accommodated for.
But this is the thing. But hold on, wait a minute. And mama said this too. She said single fathers who have custody of their children don't have time either.
Right.
But this is the thing.
Exactly.
As a single mom, those single mothers that don't have time like that, one for a fact, they let you know from the gate. Look, I'm doing this all by myself.
Uh-huh.
I just need somebody to be there for me and everything. Be there and to take some of the stress up off of me. They tell you from the gate.
And a problem solver type of motherfucker is going to say when and how.
And then we give you when and how. But then what gets on our nerves is, as a single mom, and we doing it on our own. And I'm talking about those who just, y'all taking care of the kids. Daddy went on gone with the wind. Now, we ain't talking about the single mamas that's co-parenting. That's a whole nother issue in itself, dealing with men and their egos. Okay, that's a whole issue, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But those who are dealing with it by themselves, they're getting the stress off of their job. They stressed at home. The kids is running around acting a fool. They trying to maintain their house. They trying to keep a steady head, keep peace in their home and everything. Mm-hmm. And when we finally get that little time, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes, or late at night when we can finally pick up the phone and talk to y'all, that's what we call intimacy. Y'all call that, y'all want spending time with each other. Spending time with us is pretty much, baby, let me take you out to eat, and we're going back to your house to fuck.
So okay,
that's why I'm in this situation in the first place.
I will say this.
Thank you, Mama.
Provided childcare expenses for the day. You sound like, oh my God, Mama Deuce. You know, you sound like Derek Jackson. We know how that situation ended out. Because that's not a real thing, right? That's not a real thing. Again, because you are not taking accountability for your own shit. If you got 5 or 10 minutes a day to dedicating to someone, I don't know you. I just met you on a date now. And all you have to give me is 5 or 10 minutes a day on the phone. You selfish as shit. You're not ready for a relationship. You looking for a pen pal. Let's call that what it is.
How's that?
Get you a good girlfriend.
How's that selfish? Because you talking about just 5-10 minutes.
Because a real nigga's trying to find somebody that's trying to build.
Because that's our schedule. We don't call you. Look, you want us to call you every day on the hour, by the hour, on the hour. Do you want that?
It's not about calls. A real nigga is trying to find someone that is going to work their schedule just the way he gonna try to work his schedule to where y'all can spend FaceTime together, get to know each other, and actually move in a direction. That's dating with a purpose. What you talking about is just talking to niggas in your free time. And if you mad because niggas are not willing to talk to you in your free time because of a situation that you haven't mapped out yet, it's not his fault, baby. Nor should he be responsible for that.
Things. You can work out your schedule. You can work out your schedule because you have freedom to do so. Our schedule, literally, even if we do have free time, being a single mother, that free time can go like that in a matter of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got this much time. Hold up, I got this much time. Be like this, for example. Oh, okay, I got this much time. I got a little break on my job. I got like an hour break. I can go on, or I can have this little time off. I got this weekend off and everything. And I can have a little bit of free time. And in a matter of seconds, some shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
We get a phone call from the school. We got to go get little Johnny because Johnny got hurt or he got sick or he acting a fucking fool up at school. How about that? So we got to rush off our job or rush where we are to go over there and take care of them. Or, okay, we got the weekend off. And if you a woman that's dealing with a baby daddy that just on bullshit, yeah, even though we planned it, this is weekend, here you go. He's got the kids ready for you to go and everything, and then come up today. Oh well, I guess some came up. Man, I got to work, and it's a ancient. This we talking about the ancient ones. We ain't talking about the fathers. We talking about ancient baby daddies. Difference, okay? Difference. And they just cancel on you. So now, what you want us to do? We don't have free time like that. Our free time is contingent on the circumstance at hand. That's why I say it's two different things.
Two things to that comment. Number one, that is why at the top of this topic, at the beginning of this particular part of the conversation, I said there's nothing wrong with it, but the rules are different. That's why I said that. Because as a parent, I know shit happens. Circumstances change. Baby gets sick out of nowhere. This motherfucker wakes up one day with chicken pox. You know what I mean? Or some obnoxious booger that just won't pop. It just won't leave her nose. I understand real life. However, what we have to acknowledge is that this is your child and not the responsibility of a new guy. It's not.
We're not putting it as a responsibility.
Okay, now, having said that, and let me be very clear about it, that is why you would get an alpha predator. Again, back to the real topic. That's why someone like Kevin Samuels that has $100,000 can say, I don't want to deal with those types of issues. I want a woman who is ready. And as far as ladies' empowerment, we can hear them very vocally saying the same thing about men. We want a man that's ready. Yes. So he's simply right. So keep that same energy when he says, I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I need a woman that's ready. Because me as a single person at 40 years old, I am not dating just to hang out. I mean, I hang out, I have friends, it's cool, whatever. But ultimately, the end goal is to have a motherfucker to come home to put a will, to have an emergency contact. So for me, I have to look at your availability, your accessibility, the amount of time that you put into your relationship. And you cannot get mad if you don't have time or have limited time and you got somebody ready. He said, I got him ready. And you're not, that's not his fault.
But how is that not ready for, I mean, literally,
you said
I hear
10 minutes a day on the phone.
Do y'all expect us to have this on y'all? When you meet a woman and she got kids, she tell you from the gate, this is what it is. It don't mean that we're not ready for love, because that's what we are. We ready. But are you? But again, please be more understanding. Because if it was y'all, we more accommodating.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Tell me what bullshit. We ain't accommodating.
Look, I got a daughter. My daughter in the next room. I wouldn't even want to tell you how many ladies got intimidated just on the strength of me and my baby mama cool like we are. I can't tell you how many women was trying to figure out why I'm trying to bring my daughter in the shit. She want me to hang out with her and her kids. I can't even tell you. So I call bullshit on that one. People are inherently selfish. The thing that is an issue for me is whatever your circumstance is, whether you got $100,000 or $12,000 a year. If this person is looking for excuses and reasons not to fuck with you, they're not going to fuck with you. That's male or female. But when we talk about generalized standards that come from men and from women, believe it or not, whether you want to hear it or not, women are far less likely to be flexible, generally speaking, with the things that they want in a man than men. A nigga will tell you, I want a 5'2", 110-pound blonde lady and wake up with a 200-pound Asian. A dude will find a reason to be like, well, she cool, personality, whatever. A lot of that shit has a lot to do with accessible as here. Just like ladies. You end up fall in love with it because he was here. He was ready. He was consistent in my life.
No,
I don't know.
No. But hold on, we got a question. So, what would be his followers' reaction if the homosexual rumors are true?
Okay, my personal opinion, I don't believe that dude is gay at all. I feel like that's some hating shit. I looked on the internet. I looked on YouTube. Y'all talking about y'all seeing a nigga in the video and in the background in the bed. And that's a far fucking stretch. I work in Photoshop. That shit is nothing. Right? But here's the set. Let me finish. But here's the setup. Whether or not that dude is gay or not, if he is giving out to ladies advice that says be accountable for yourself, right? Be accountable for yourself. Find out what the man you looking for wants. Don't just throw the shit out here you think is what a nigga wants. Find out what the man you are looking for want. A nigga told me a long time ago, look at what the girls you like. If the girls that you look at are looking at niggas that got abs, you need to work out. If the girls you like niggas that have fly rides, you need to start saving your money. So if you like a certain type of man, find out not what you think he likes. Find out what he likes and then do that. Be that. And if let me finish. If that is his advice, which it clearly is, then what difference does it make if it come from a straight dude, a gay dude, your good girlfriend, a mailbox, a street sign? What difference does it make?
It's a difference. It's a difference in delivery. Pretty much, it's a difference.
It's the delivery.
Let me tell you, we got to put it into perspective. Put this into the perspective. Pretty much off gate. And this is not just how he speaks towards women. He talk like this towards men too. I'm not going off of he's gay off of the picture or the video footage of a nigga up in his bed. Not talking about that at all, because that don't mean nothing for me. But for you to talk to men and they come on your show and tell you pretty much, and these some good dudes. I mean, good dudes. Those who have not been watching, he got some episodes of some dudes.
Oh yeah, he cooked the shit out of this.
They got good qualities and characters. They got their shit together. And yeah, they looking for, the Barbies and everything. And the first question come out his mouth is, well, how big is your dick? What man
Mm-hmm.
Ask another man that.
That's a valid question.
Hell, I know some gay dudes that ain't gonna ask in regular conversation.
But
Regular conversation. How you doing? What's your
that's
name?
not a gay question.
I'm Taurus.
You know
How
why
you
that's
doing?
not a,
What you
let
do
me
for
tell
a
you
living?
something.
How big is your dick? What the fuck?
Let me tell you something. You know why that's not a gay question? You know why that's not
How?
a gay question? Because whenever that nigga gets out of that helicopter, that phantom, or that wraith, I promise, whenever he get through whining and dining this chick, at the end of the day, at the end of the night, it's gonna lay down to what that dick look like.
But these
Because
dudes
we know
dealing
plenty
with
of
wrong
women that's getting money fucking with hood niggas, but they packing. We know motherfuckers right now. The
because
nigga
that's all they
can't
gonna bring to
read.
the table. The
Sweet
hood
Jesus.
niggas.
The motherfucker
And I
can't
know it's
read.
gonna
He
sound
trying to figure
hypocritical.
out
I
how
know
to
it's
work
gonna
with
sound
him.
hypocritical. This is the thing.
Thank
I
you.
know it's gonna sound
Come on with
hypocritical. I know it's gonna sound hypocritical. But you
Mhm.
wanna know why you got women that got careers and making six figures and everything, and you see them fucking with these hood dudes, hoodlums that ain't got shit. Because we know they
Confidence,
ain't got
swagger,
shit. It's
pipe,
confidence, swagger, and a placeholder.
pipe, pipe,
Placeholder.
whatever you
Because
want to
what we
call it.
want
Whatever
won't
you want.
borrow. Or want
Put you like
somebody
this.
that don't have what we got.
I put you like
Okay,
this.
they
Even if
want
that's
you
the
to do
case,
what we want. So we
even
want
if
some
that
dick.
nigga-
There you go.
even if that dude is a placeholder, I'll even play your game. Even if that dude is a placeholder, he is in the ballpark. He is in a position to where now he has the opportunity to develop something with you, which is far exponentially greater than somebody who can't get past hello. That nigga got his foot in the door. Flip that and see how many ladies are going to give that dude that foot in the door without those things. And then ask yourself why you feel that men are supposed to overlook the things that are important to them for you. It doesn't make sense.
Y'all superficial. Y'all more superficial than us. Y'all more superficial than us.
No, we're not superficial. If you want me to provide this cut. If you want me to provide, then provisions is already checked. So why do I need a woman that's providing? That don't make sense. If you got a TV and I got a TV, what, we just gonna be standing up watching two TVs on the wall? I don't need a motherfucker with a TV. I need a motherfucker with a couch. The opposite of what I already can bring to the table. And a lot of ladies are bringing the same thing that a nigga do to the table and don't understand why these men are rejecting them. It's because you're not offering the things that he doesn't have. I need somebody that has the things I don't. Sensitivity, kind words, empathy, nurturing.
Okay.
So while you coming to me talking about, well, I make 100,000, I need a nigga with 100,000, bitch, that's a business partner. You a real nigga, but you ain't my wife.
But that's the thing, you getting them women that saying, I need somebody who got the same thing as me. Because literally, we've been told, those women been told, yo, you need to be up at my level by men. Or
they was told
the same thing by family members. So we
if you cook that shit down, what they're saying is don't place yourself in a position where you can be taken advantage of. That doesn't mean that, and that's good advice, but that does not give you the permission to say you want to drive the car and be a passenger. You can't have both.
You're right. Mama talking. She said, so those women have to look perfect to acquire an ugly millionaire unable to satisfy her, big or small. Size doesn't guarantee performance.
That's true. But again, I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, like, because I done had some thinkums that put it on me. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say that size has anything to do with performance. However, what I will say is, in terms of social contract, in the context of conversation, big game hunter, $100,000, and just the average dude on the street. You want to be able to walk around with somebody you're proud of. If you genuinely proud of a plus size woman, then you're gonna walk around proud of it. And it's not a weight issue. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into.
It's not a weight issue at all. But the thing about what Kevin Samuels is, and in my opinion, is a social media bully, is that you going off of this one. It's like you tunnel vision. You got to be this in order to have any type of relationship. You got to be this. You got to have this standards and this and this and this. And I feel like, and it's going into our next subject with this one. What works for some people may not work for others. And yeah, we can holler all day long about, yeah, I want a man to make what I make or even more and everything for provisions and everything, or she gotta have this size, look like this and everything in order for me to fuck with her and everything. But come down to it, when you coming down into relationships, it deals with character. It deals with look, yeah, okay.
Oh, the size of the D. Oh, yeah. What up, yo?
You have
I ain't touching that.
contaminated my
You know what I'm
mama. Anyway.
Mama Dukes, look, hey, I ain't touching that one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's female conversation, you know.
But
you gotta read out what she said for our listeners. What she say?
I'm not.
Y'all go ahead and read it.
That I wasn't talking about weight. It was the size of the D.
If you hitting it right,
it's hard to say when it's coming from your mama.
Look, if the brother, and that's anybody. If you fucking me right, you might not have. You don't have to necessarily be a Holly Berry. If you fucking me right, and we can kick it, and I can go out into the world and not be ashamed of you, we might be able to work. We might be able to work.
Okay, so what's considered being ashamed of somebody?
That's relative to
Is it just looks?
No, but here's the thing. It's not just looks. You know why it's not just looks? Because if you a doctor and your boyfriend is a rapper and you go to the Christmas party, that lady gonna be a little embarrassed because this nigga's a fucking aspiring rapper and she's a doctor and all of her friends are doctors. She's gonna be a little embarrassed because of, again, social acceptance. And that's something that we didn't talk about, but that's something that is very important. Humans are social animals. If you walk into the world and get a man that's got a 6-pack abs, looks good, may not be the smartest, but he's a sweet guy, take care of you, and 6 or 7 out of 10 women have that same general standard, and then 1 out of the 10 come out with somebody that's just the opposite, that lady's going to be embarrassed because it doesn't fit the social norm for her circle.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you a big game hunter, if you a $100,000 nigga, and you got all of the baddest women in America, from New York to Compton, shooting at you every time you touch a plane, because you can play like that. And you get to the yacht party with a plus size woman, he is breaking the social norm, but understand that's because he really fuck with you. But make no mistake, he's breaking social norm for his circle. The same way you wouldn't see a doctor just arbitrarily marrying a fucking plumber. Does it happen? Yeah, all the time. But there are awkward moments in that. So the idea that should be generally, excuse me?
Maybe, but maybe not. Where I'm coming from is this. When I can say with dealing with relationships, it deals with character, because you can have this high class nigga, this high class guy, this high class woman, and as soon as they open their mouth, you can tell they ain't got nothing there.
Baby.
You can't take them nowhere. You can't take them around your family. You can't take them on a business trip. They are ignorant by choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I'm like, even though his platform is, yeah, dealing with the game, coming down to it, it deals with the character as well. And 9 times out of 10, women are more than often will try to tweak a little bit about that man in order to fit into the social modes.
Again,
Norm.
so what you said is, when you say tweak a little bit and you minimize, what you're saying is she's not taking full accountability of the fact that she chose that nigga and riding with that. Because I'll tell you, not to be disrespectful. All I'm saying is, if I fuck with somebody and there's somebody that I rock with for whatever reason, they ain't got to be the baddest. But if they treat me right, I'm gonna say, hey, they treat me right. And I'm not gonna try to tweak anything about them. You either fuck with us or you don't. So when I say that, all I'm saying to you is, you can't change. You either choose or you don't. When we talk about that word integrity, character, you either gonna fuck with him or you not. You can't get mad because he doesn't have every quality that you want.
We're not mad. That's
and
the
I
thing.
see. Look,
we don't get mad.
No, you're single and you're not getting.
We settle.
Married.
We do settle. Y'all require
don't,
the utmost.
Mama, I am a Chicago nigga through and through. If you get on that Jeffrey bus that runs from South Side to downtown, you see a gang of single, beautiful black women of various ages, size, colors, getting on and off that bus. You telling me out of all these dudes that's on the bus with him, nobody is good enough? Or is it that,
according to these standards,
let me finish. Or is it that we support a culture that says, if you on the bus with me, you not my man, because I need a man with a car.
Same thing goes for y'all too. Y'all say the same shit too.
Because we'll holler at a chick on the bus.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, there's guys be like, if you riding the bus with me, you ain't shit either. And we may be riding the bus to either save gas.
That's not the same argument. That's not, no. When he says you ride the bus with me, you ain't shit either, that means we're on equal. That it translates directly to we are on even playing ground. Even footing. That's totally different from a woman that says you're on the bus with me, therefore I reject you because I don't want a man on the bus. And I'm going to ignore the 20, 30 dudes on the bus that are in my face available now to me because I have an imaginary concept of a man that has a car just with an empty passenger seat.
Can't lie and said that it ain't true, but because it is. So what you want me to say?
I'm just saying Kevin Samuels holds ladies a little bit accountable, and not albeit aggressively.
Aggressive as shit.
Because and if you watch the show, they be fighting them. It's always a but. It's always a what if.
The reason why they fight them and everything is because of this. You giving me something else. So I got to work on this. I've been working on this. Okay, you need to be like this. And then what's next? You're going to need to be like this. It's when it comes to women in general, and it does not only have to deal with relationships. When it comes to women in society, we are being cut up, dissected, and straight up being told we're not good enough over and over and over and over and over again off of standards, and it's off of these imaginary, unrealistic standards.
And
So
while
you
we
see
talking,
those women that literally cut themselves up, dissect themselves and everything, and then get to this certain point of societal standards only to be told that's not good enough. Okay, you got to be this. Okay, we get here, you got to have this. We get this, we got to have this, we get that, and then it's still you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough. For example, both Beyonce and Halle Berry got cheated on.
How about this? How about this? Out
When
of
is
all of
enough
that
is
that we
enough?
talked about, out of all of the things that we laid out in this imaginary scenario, how about we ignore the fact, instead of fighting and clawing and crying and whining and willing to risk your life to change parts of your body, right? To get an imaginary nigga with an empty passenger seat, why don't you just simply readjust your own thinking a little bit to look and see the 20 niggas on the bus with you? That's what everybody worldwide,
but that's
in terms
not
of
all of us.
let me finish. In terms of our particular plight here in the United States, Black women are the least likely to get fucking married in literally ever. So when I hear, but then let's look at that. Let's examine that. And it's not a shot. I'm not trying to say nothing wrong. What I'm trying to say is maybe it's time to reattune our thinking. Instead of trying to find somebody that already has, why is it so difficult to accept this is where I am in life? Let me find somebody in this place on this bus who's available to me and try to make it work where I put in what I got and they put in what they got. Because there is no man shortage. There never was. It's that the man shortage of the 90s and the 2000s, it was imaginary to say that all of these women were chasing after the same 5 dudes. But you ignoring the niggas, right? If I'm on the bus, I can't talk to no man on the bus. He got to have a car. He got to have the same thing as me or more. Well, I'm on the bus with you, but I'm invisible. Okay. So maybe we need to start thinking about attuning our thinking to say, just only to say, that instead of chasing for that imaginary $100,000 nigga, let's own our own circumstances and be like, look, I got this baggage. I'm in this place in my life. And own that part of yourself. Be accessible. Be someone that says yes instead of no. Be somebody that actively seeks to help instead of, condemning or talking shit or just being just like neutral. I don't want to smash I don't want to fuck nobody that's neutral. You don't give a fuck what I do, just whatever, nigga. You know what I mean? I could work at Citgo gas station, or I could be working on a law degree. You don't give a fuck. Who wants to be with that lady? You know what I mean?
Right. You're right.
Like, I don't want to take it as a rant scenario. I'm just saying, like, the dude Kevin Samuels is only saying, like, gay, straight, whatever. He's only saying, like, there are some fundamental problems with how we process each other, men and women. And maybe he's aggressively trying to say some of that, not all of it, but some of that is y'all. We had brother Derek Jackson very well for years remind us of what we need to do as men, and nobody said a fucking word.
Because it's true.
Because it worked in the lady's favor. And nobody questioned that nigga being gay. But soon as that shit goes into where we don't like hearing that. Soon as the sisters decided we didn't like hearing that shit, we was ready to figure out how to other that nigga. He must be gay, or he must like white women. He must be some other shit. We had to figure out how to other that nigga. And all he asking for
is simply because that you coming after us so bad that it don't look like you trying to help. It look like you bitter.
You remember the conversation we had with Dane?
Yeah.
And how he said that there's some emotional scars, and there's some emotional scarring that as men we have to deal with in other ways.
That's true.
I'd be mad too if the women that look like my mother tell me that I'm not good enough for 20 years of my life.
But then what you expect us not to feel when we have men that look like our fathers disappear on us?
Well,
treat us like shit.
But that's valid.
And we keep taking it and taking it. And then we try to make it right. Y'all expect us to heal like this.
No, what we expect you to do is to own your shit. Own your circumstance. And then objectively look at that circumstance and say, how can I make it better? How can I be someone that's open to the man or woman that I want in my life? What does that person do? What is that person attracted to? And then do that. There's nothing right. There's no one set thing. Now, we know what generally works. Yeah, work out, get your money right. We know those things generally work. But as far as personality, you can be the finest motherfucker. If you an asshole, baby, you an asshole.
But does that goes for y'all too?
Yeah,
because a lot of brothers think. But wait a minute, a lot of brothers think that we supposed to do all the changing to accommodate them, and they ain't supposed to do nothing.
Not true.
We supposed to take everything that they get, all their baggage, all their scars, and everything. So does that goes for y'all as well?
Here's the thing: you take a person for who they are, and you accept who they are for who they are. But if you are dealing with people, and I've been dating women all my life, and if I talk to you as somebody that I don't know, and I say what happened in your last 3 relationships, and the only thing you can say is what that nigga did, I don't hear the world, society, social media tells me I'm supposed to hear that men ain't shit. What I hear is that there are some serious personal accountability issues, because the one thing consistent about those last 3 relationships is you.
Same thing goes for y'all too.
Right? And I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. So my argument is we can't have an open and real dialogue if you're not conditioning yourself to take accountability for your own circumstance. No, I should not be a new nigga paying for a babysitter for your kids. You should figure out how to create a support system for yourself before you enter the dating world. That is the same thing. Let's look at that coin and flip it and say, generally speaking, we hear all the time ladies say, if your money ain't right, you shouldn't be out here dating. We hear that all the time. If you're a man and you ain't got your money right, you shouldn't even be worried about a woman right now. So if you a single mother and you haven't developed a support system where you can have the availability to develop a relationship, mama, you wasting his time, and you are the same nigga that you complain about.
I agree to a certain extent, because if we flip it onto a single dad and everything, do you know how many women will make sure they're available for you to get some free time for y'all? More than people, women and men, to do it for single mothers.
Look, I'm not taking away from that. That is not me saying that is a universal truth. All I'm saying is that if you're going to say that you are prepared, if you go through the process of downloading the app, doing all the fucking paperwork, uploading photographs, writing a profile, and a motherfucker respond to you, not the ones that's filthy and all, we talking about regular dudes, normal dudes, and this person is saying, when are you available? And you got a question mark, that's not him. He's doing his job. The app is doing its job. You not doing your job. So if you got 10 niggas that's getting your phone number and you got 100 good morning texts every morning, and now you irritated, you got all these niggas that ain't in your life, but they texting you, did you make availability for these niggas? Did you position yourself in a way where it's like either I'm fucking with you or you not, or I'm not? Did you take accountability to say, you know what, I really don't like you, bro. Let's not even talk anymore. Or just out now block the nigga. But you can't get mad because niggas ain't chasing you and you fucking running. We ain't in the 50s. I'm not chasing nobody. Yo, we grown. You either want to get caught or you don't. And a lot of times it's not that these ladies can't get a man. It's that baby, we Chicago motherfuckers. A Chicago motherfucker will ignore 3 or 4 invitations to a date and then get on Facebook talking about how lonely they are.
That's true.
Why? Because it's not the motherfucker they wanted and they not.
Yeah.
So kill that shit. He ain't gay. He telling you accountability. Let's hold some personal accountability and get rid of all the what if. That's just my opinion. And even if the nigga was gay, that's still a valid point.
It's a valid point. The point ain't valid, but it's just your delivery of it. And if you coming so hard at my opinion, and we're gonna end it here. If you're gonna come after somebody so hard like that and keep on telling these people they ain't enough, you're not motivating them when they've been bending over backwards and jumping.
Is that my responsibility?
Doing all of this stuff, and we come to you for help, and we tell you this is all I got, this is what I have, and and as soon as we say something that's out the norm, oh, you ain't good enough to be loved. That's what it's coming off as. You're not good enough to be loved.
Welcome to being a fucking dude.
I see you saying this accountability, but for a lot of people that has been trying just to find love, and 1 flaw or 2 flaws, you ain't good enough to be loved, period. Yeah. That's how you're coming off of.
What it sounds like, welcome to being a fucking dude for 2 seconds. Because if you ain't got no crib, you ain't a man. If you ain't got no car, you ain't a man. If you ain't got a good job, you ain't a man. And we've been talking that shit for I'm 40, at least 40 years. Welcome to being a fucking man for 2 seconds.
But that goes for both. That's what I'm talking about.
Not really.
He's talking about that. We're talking like that with both men and women.
No, it doesn't. You know why it doesn't? Because guarantee that lady that worked as the fry cook at McDonald's with 4 kids, she started off with no kids. That means niggas was giving her the opportunity. Niggas was trying to get with her and stick with her for at least a minimum amount of time. But when you say you're not a man because you don't have a car, because you don't have a crib, because you don't have a good job, you done cut off my dick. Period. I may as well be a eunuch. You have erased me from your entire view of men, and it was culturally acceptable for decades to tell little girls that is how you're supposed to assess the person you talk to. There is no way there is no culture in the world outside of Black Americans, specifically urban Americans, right? Where a motherfucker that sell dope is more valuable than a motherfucker that work at McDonald's.
You're right.
And we see that shit so regularly, we don't even think about it. And we never think, baby, you chose him.
That's true.
It's never her fault. But he got out and he moved in with me and he told me that if I gave him my tax money and you never thought in that arc of a story where you might do things differently. Well, now because he said.
Yeah.
So whether Kevin Samuels is gay or not, baby, it's some accountability. And then you turn around and be like, men ain't shit. No, it's some accountability issues that need to be addressed within our community. Because
in our community, I don't think it's just ours.
And not in American culture, definitely, but certainly in our community, because we drive what's trendy and popular. White girls is buying the booties that we have naturally. You know what I'm saying? We drive the culture.
And the titties and the hips.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hip hop is great for America. So all I'm saying is, before we shame Kevin Samuels and try to figure out how to other that nigga, we have to look at the circumstances on how we ended up being the least likely to be married. We have to look at what devices we have in our mind to keep us away from each other, and we all in the same room, and you sitting around saying why you wouldn't talk to this person.
You're right.
And especially if you got 2-3 niggas trying to talk to you, yeah, he too short. Silly shit. I don't like niggas with drink. Silly shit.
Yeah.
And then go home and say being ain't shit. Why I can't get a man? Come on, man. Come on.
So pretty much what you just said pretty much answered our question for our second question. Should we even follow any of this? No. As far as changing our perspective of people and everything, yes. But as far as going according to the societal standards of dating, and this is guarantee you a husband, the perfect husband, the Prince Charming husband, the damsel in distress woman, wife, Stepford wife, Prince Charming husband. That's unrealistic. We need to change shit up.
Yes. Because yes, absolutely. Because you can't yell toxic masculinity and want a nigga to pull up in a horse and carriage. Like it can't be both. No.
That's another show right there.
You feel me? Like, come on, man.
That's another show. Because there is certain things about it is possible to have toxic masculinity and toxic femininity as well, and still fit into those societal norms as well.
All I'm trying to say, why you finessing me on air, on camera, on the radio? I just feel like you can't ask for a nigga that's a thug, and the nigga smart, and the nigga hella respectful, and the nigga know how to dress, and he got a good job, and he hustle on the side, and he got long hair and short hair at the same time. It's like, come on, man, y'all killing me, man. It can't be both. Stop asking for both.
But the thug part is I need somebody who can protect me. If we end up in a physical altercation, I don't
write that shit off. Don't you think that's part of the problem? We could write all that shit off and justify it and qualify it. Has it fucking worked?
No.
Nationally speaking, in the range of 30 years, that shit hasn't worked.
You're right. Unfortunately, you're right. I made it, Ashley. You're right. You're right. None of it worked. None of it works.
Come on, man. You can't. If you want a hood nigga, own that shit. All I'm saying, all Kevin Samuels said is, if you want a hood nigga, own that shit. You want $100,000 nigga? Okay, cool. You either need to figure out what you need to do to attract that nigga, which means if that's your plan, you need to have that plan before you start having babies and getting married to niggas. If that's because $100,000 niggas ain't got the time for that shit, nor do they want that because they have a wider selection. Same thing with ladies. If you got a bad body, you got a wider selection of niggas to choose from. You ain't got to put up with a nigga in a bus. Or if you are unwilling to do that to catch this nigga, then you need to figure out the strategies it takes to develop that nigga. And that's something
that can't be changed. I don't know about the height thing, and that's going for both men and women. You can't change your height.
No, you can't change your type.
No height.
I'm not talking about your height. I'm not talking about your height. I'm saying if you looking for $100,000 nigga, height is exempt from that. I'm saying in the circumstance of what we're talking about right now with Kevin Samuels and high-end people, you either gonna bait this motherfucker by figuring out what the bait is and becoming that, or the opposite end of that spectrum is find someone that you feel that you genuinely can work and build with, have real communication with them, find out what their goals are, what they're trying to do, be willing to ride or die when you disagree with them or not, and make a real commitment to them, and develop that $100,000 nigga.
I agree to disagree. But no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I'm saying if I make 40 and you make 35, we 3/4 of the way there.
Pretty much.
Think about that. So
pretty much.
How far of a reach is that?
It's not.
But it takes a lot more mental work. It takes a lot more dedication. It takes a lot more vulnerability. It's not as easy as getting a bus surgery and going to the gym and go catch a nigga. Now you think you finna just bat off and be living an Instagram life.
But that's what's being seen. But that's for another story.
That's that Disney shit.
That's for another show. Hey, we got another Mom's Dukes on here. Hi.
Hey, Mom. That's my OG. What's cracking?
Yes, good.
We have to change our perspective of each other first. We can't accept from others what we don't accept from ourselves. 100%. 100%.
You're right.
Them the rules.
That's it. Ah, that's nice. Both of our mamas was on here. That's so nice.
For sure.
Man, so we're gonna end that here because we would talk about this all damn night.
You feel me?
Everything. But we're gonna talk about some more social standards that needs to be pretty much ignored because it don't make sense and it don't fit at all whatsoever. Thanks for rocking with us and everything. Join us next week. We are actually going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to be interviewing the newest vice president for the Chicago chapter of the United Negro Independence Alliance. And for those who don't know what organization that is the organization that was founded by the wonderful and honorable and historically honorable Marcus Garvey. Yes, so we're going to be talking to him and also dealing with our community, dealing with what needs to be done as the community to just eliminate some of the violence that we have within ourselves, amongst ourselves, within ourselves, and all of that. So stay tuned next week and everything. This was a good subject. Ashley, we missed you.
Man,
I needed help.
Shout out to Davis. Y'all got me out the corner this week.
Look, Mavis, I needed help. But yo, we gonna be back with some more. I told you, season 3 ain't nothing to play with. Ain't nothing to play with. But we're gonna be talking about this some more and everything. So I will be seeing y'all on next week on Tuesday for all of my vibers, my artists, and everything. I'm gonna be vibing with y'all on next Tuesday on Talk Shoe Radio, and Thursday with my girl Nelly Swag, and we back here once again on Mad Hatters next Saturday at 8 p.m. Hopefully, no more technical difficulties.
Hey, Mom.
Look, Hercules.
So
Because we gonna talk about some stuff and everything and that thing. So we'll see you on next Saturday. Love y'all. Peace. Mwah. And any last words, Devontae, before we end out?
Yo, I just want to say peace and love to everybody out here. Chicago streets, yo, it's warm out. It's June. We already know it's gonna be Pride. It's gonna be Puerto Rico doing their thing. We know it's gonna be Juneteenth cracking. Like, y'all be safe. You know what I'm saying? Be safe, be healthy.
Act like you got some sense.
Yo, get to the crib however best you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right, and we are out. Love y'all. Mwah. Bye.